Hello guys, today we're going to make one more episode about what if civilization started over. I'm not going to talk a lot about stuff, but provinces. Oh yeah, and also I have to say that I'm probably going to have to stop for a while doing videos. Probably because there are a bunch of tests that I have to do almost every day. And I have to make courses and I have to prepare for my future. My future isn't going to be only YouTube. So I hope you guys understand. So let's start. The first thing that happens is the collapse of China. China existed for like 20 years, 100 even, possibly. But now it's time to let China go and be split again, which is honestly a bit sad for me because I don't like losing countries that I used to like. It's a bit painful, to say the least. But it happens. Sometimes in life we have to give people away. Give people away? What the? We have to we have to abandon people to restart emotionally and other stuff. Why am I so I don't know, how do I call it? How do I call it? Why am I so emotional? I don't know. It looks like I'm emotional and stuff. Well, these two countries are the first to leave. And here comes this African, this yellow nation that will get all of this and this, and we're going to give them this. Okay, I'm being grateful with China for them just at least existing in peace was good enough. Time for the green nation. Am I going to recover old nations? Possibly. The first nation ever to exist in humanity is back, but they're not like before. It's this nation. That's why I painted it another color. It's not like before. I had a relation with the other. I'm just kidding. This nation is back because, like, people hate unity and stuff. So, yeah. And the next nation is going to be this nation over here. This red one. Why did I do that? It's such a horrible way. Like that. And this is going to be one of the poorer countries. This is going to be like the Venezuela of China. What the? This is going to be the Venezuela of China. And they are very weak. Hainan, who lost its long lost empire, gains this little piece of territory back, at least this, and then this territory goes to the red nation that existed over here, which is technically the same one as the second nation to ever exist in history. Yes, that one. And the people are like, we were the second nation to ever exist. Why do we want to stop existing? Let's be proud of ourselves. And they become proud of themselves and stuff. They gain independence. There's this nation over here that never existed ever. But let's just add it. Then we're going to also add This green nation that used to exist over here. OMG, the colors are too similar. The nation that used to be over here, remember? No one remembers? I think it was green. I forgot. It was from this river over here. And there was like a pink nation over here. But I'm gonna do it this color because their neighbor is already that color. And we're going to do blue. That's blue or purple? Is that blue or purple? That's purple. This purple over here in China. And actually I'm going to start learning Mandarin, which is hard as heck. Already just seeing the characters Guangzhou, because I'm learning the dynasties of China. So Ming, Qing, the Republic, Mao Zedong, and other stuff like the Shia and the Yuan, the Yuan, that is from the Yuan, from the Mongol after the Mongol collapse. And also, now let's start focusing more on China and on languages, because I don't want to make languages for now. I don't know. Maybe someday I'm going to add languages to this damn map. Then there's this nation over here. Well, this time I hope there's not another Chinese war for supremacy like the first one. But it may be possible for that to happen, sadly. Sadly, not sadly, because I kind of want war. It's not like I want war today. That's a completely different thing. I mean, I want war in this situation because it makes stuff more interesting. No? Or you guys think that peace is more interesting than war? Let's all be honest. It's pretty bad to think about that. Okay, now let's do something like the Turks, the Turkic Khaganate. I said like the Turkic Khaganate? Okay. China has officially collapsed in between these various nations. Oh my goodness, there's so many nations in India and China. It's so strange. And Kronos is going to get an advantage of a weakened world and is going to get all of this and is going to get all of this. And that's it for today. But I have made my friend join a kind of RPG stuff. And I control this nation and he controls Portugal. We're going to call in France, Germany, Gdansk, the Irish nation. We didn't call Scotland. Anatolia. Egypt was annexed. Egypt, the Alpine rebels. And we called in Northern Africa and Morocco, and also Egypt and Poland, to go all against Iberia and Brisk. Why? France hates Iberia. Ireland hates Iberia. Portugal hates even more Iberia. And I hate Iberia too. And I also want the Mediterranean, so that's it. That's basically my objective. So, Portugal, we have already planned this, okay? Portugal declares war on Spain or Iberia. The first thing they will do is start retaking their old claimed lands And 4 days after they start the invasion, Brisk joins the war. Because of this, France declares war. Wait, France? I got the grades over here. France, North Africa, Anatolia, Morocco, and Gdansk. No, and Germany join the war against Brisk and Iberia. Ireland still has to assimilate these territories and don't want to get a lot of war problems. So they don't. They're just going to supply. And the coalition against Brisk has begun. While Brisk didn't notice about the war stuff, the Mediterranean Republic does a surprise attack on Brisk and re-invades these islands and makes a land invasion here in Sardinia and Malta. Over here in Anatolia starts getting Greece, and Greece starts rebelling. Where's the old color of Greece? It was like this. Greece declares independence and reclaims, where's Athens? I think this is Athens. And reclaims Athens. Now, Brisk notices what's happening, and they discover that they are in trouble, in great trouble. Greece has declared independence, Anatolia is invading, Portugal is invading Spain with the help of the Mediterranean, Irish, and stuff. They start making encirclements for main cities and stuff, and also to gain more territory, which they eventually do. Portugal is still a bit of a weak nation. Anyways, the Mediterranean Republic invades the rest of this region, and then Brisk decides to invade Germania over here up north. For what reason? No reason. Actually, because they were part of the war and stuff, but ignore that. Right after this, the Alpines declare independence from Brisk. And because of that, they get this, all of these territories, this, and they get all of the newly conquered territories. Germany is like, what the hell? Why are you doing that? And then they're like, oh, you're joining the war. Oh, yeah. They immediately split these territories, goes and encircles the capital. What capital? This old capital, and conquers it. And then Brisk says, sues for peace only if they join the war against France, and then they're like, no, but we're going to declare peace anyways, because we know that you're in danger and we don't want you to die. Which is a bit of what? And then Sardinia / Mediterranean Republic keeps up invading, and they're taken out. The Mediterranean then declares peace over here and invades Iberia. Now, Iberia is fricked because Morocco joined the war, and they're starting to get territories. And Portugal is still having a few problems getting more territories, but they are actually starting to win because these provinces joined, and this province was conquered. Now they're really fricked because France has already stopped fighting here with Brisk after they got this over here only. Actually, they got half. Only this, which is pretty low. And they start invading down south. And then Iberia goes panic mode because they don't want to lose their last main city. So they try to sue for peace. Well, this coalition against Brisk and Iberia was pretty good. And these are going to be the results. With a bit of buying, the Mediterranean Republic will get these territories over here in exchange for these territories from Morocco back. Portugal gets all of this, and they are able to control this territory, but as a puppet. As a puppet. And then, after all of this, France will give back this part over here, and these territories conquered from these other provinces, and they, in exchange of puppeting this nation. And now you'll start to notice that many nations will start being puppeted by Iberia, about being puppeted by France. But anyways, no one needs to care about that. Galicia from Ireland lost an opportunity, which now they're like, what the hell, why? You could have destroyed them. And then they're like, no, me afraid of being kicked in butt. And then they're basically called a girly girl and stuff, just like the last Tsar. They will get these. I'm just going to cover this over here because it's a puppet, of course. And then Galicia will declare independence as being a puppet from Ireland. I keep forgetting Ireland's name for no reason. From Ireland. They declare independence. Let's just put that in 10. And everyone here, let's just do this. And they immediately get all of these territories. Galicia is now independent, and Ireland can't do anything because they're weak butts, and because they don't want to lose their other colonies. But wait, if they gain these territories, they will lose the other colonies. Well, that's unexpected, but these colonies don't declare independence because this nation is actually good with their new tribes. That, like, they leave them be and stuff. And now Portugal is going to do something again. An expedition goes and takes them here into Africa. And they will start making a little claim over here, a little settlement here in Africa. Well, because of that, this nation will kind of like be, why? What the? And they declare war. They start losing, they start winning, but then it reaches a stalemate over here. they win, Portugal wins, and they just get like 4 cities over here. Because there was nothing to happen over here. Oh yeah, and after the invasion of Iberia and Brisk, they were able to have sea access again. I just don't know where. They could have sea access in these. Or they could just have this and have a little corridor, just like the Polish corridor. Well, this is now the map over here. What about the map in Eastern Europe? Well, Greece, now declared independence, gets all of this, and Anatolia gets all of this. All of this, exactly. A bunch of stuff. The Alpine Federation declares independence but doesn't get these territories. Brisk still has them. And Brisk then buys these territories back from France because they can. And Germania will gain these back. The Alpine nation will be like, you can get these back, and they're like, no, thanks, you get it. Now let's go here to Quebec. Quebec declares, let's just do it a cold color because they're cold. Declares independence. Actually, they don't have any nation to declare independence from, but they are created. They get these territories over here, annex these, and now it's more like a heart. Aww. They will stay over here. New England will be created. They will go over here, around here. And Mexico will expand. They will go over here, around the coast. They will go down south to connect their to connect to the other ocean that they just discovered. And then they go get more territories, of course. They're conquer maniacs, kinda. They are addicted to conquering. Yeah, they're addicted to conquering. That's the word. And today they stop here. But still, that's a lot for a Mexican nation that just started existing. Why did I put emphasis on Mexico? It's like Mexico something bad or something. It's bad or something. Puerto Rico is formed. And the first Antarctican nation is ever formed, which is on this island over here. And it's going to last for officially 5 days until it's all eradicated. The Irish colony, I want to sneeze. The Irish colony then gets these territories from Senegal, and then they expand down south into Guinea-Bissau. I think it's Guinea-Bissau. Oh yeah, this is Lake Gambia, this is Gambia, right? Where Gambia stands today. Anyways, they get these territories, and because of this independence movement, they declare independence. And here in Ireland and in Iceland, there are a few independence movements over here, but they're crushed. First thing that happens is these two are taken down, and after 5 days, poof, the whole revolution's gone. Sad. Now Scotland is starting to be a rising power in colonialism because they also discovered something in over here down south of Greenland, in the south region of Greenland, and it has reached year 1400. Why so much time? Well, the first thing that happened, the Chinese collapse, that happened in like 200, 300 years. Then there's also the expansion over here. No, not 200, 300, 100. This took 50 years. Also, these wars over here took 20 years and 2 years to finally do something about it. The Portuguese expansion movement and these stuff happened in 1400, in 1350. And let me see another thing that happened over here. What the? The expansion over here was in the 1360s. This was in the 1370s. And there's nothing for some time. Well, except like some mini expansions over here in Brazil, where they get all of this in the Nordeste, yeah, northeast. That's Nordeste is northeast in Portuguese, my mother language. And then this is 1400. Wow, that's cool, huh? No, that's not. Well, here in Arabia, stuff get pretty unique when this Arabian nation declares war, and after like 3 days they conquer the capital over here, and the nation collapses. After that, they invade southern Babylon. Remember Persia flashbacks? And Anatolia gets this from Babylon. Now Babylon's not that great empire again. It's just some random poor nation. And this nation will finally get rid of it when they make a campaign. They split the territories in half. They get over here. And they finally conquer Babylon. The conquest of Babylon was a bit bloody, but it will start a new age for this new empire. And it won't be good for Egypt, Anatolia, especially Anatolia, and Egypt, Persia, except this area of Afghanistan, which I noticed is actually a Persian-Afghani border over here. And today, I think that's it. There was a bit less stuff. Basically, what happened was collapse of China, again, war against Brisk, almost nothing. Just a few expansions, a few nations forming that are going to be important in the future, and expansion of a few other nations, and creation of this nation that lasted for 5 days, I think. Oh yeah, Novgorod. Novgorod will expand around this lake, river, I don't know, and get all of this. Gdansk will be pretty worried about stuff, but so before they actually had claims over here. So you saved yourself. Relations in between these two get pretty tense, and they declare war. For some time, they invade, and then Gdansk stops and then continues invading. It gets St. Petersburg, and then they stop and get this colony, and they declare peace. Novgorod will expand over here, ask for people to explore Karelia, and they declare independence because they don't want to be part of Novgorod anymore. So, now that's it. Karelia, Novgorod expansion, conquest of Babylon, expansion of Brazil, Quebec, New England, Mexico, Yucatan / Gulf of Mexico, and I think that's it, China. Yeah, and coalition against Brisk, of course, and this nation over here. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this took less time. So, goodbye. Oh my goodness. Goodbye.